Video. In this video, we'll show you how to use table to add data and refresh using modal. So a good use case that's come across recently is be able to use dependent pick list in a table to add data. At the moment, it's not supported, but there is a way to get around it and actually do it in a better way as well. So let me show you what I mean. Let's say I bring a table over here. And in this table, I'm just going to bring first name, last name, and email. Alright, but I'm going to do it to a specific account, and that account is Titan. So let's go to the Titan account, and there it is. It's got 3 contacts there at the moment. So I'll copy this, and then let's do a get on this account. We'll do add object, we'll do account, we'll do contact, and then execute on form load. No, I'm going to use it as a custom action. Bring data back. Bring all, set condition, account ID equals other, apply, and we'll map our fields. Do first name, last name, and then email. Apply and finish. So when I'm going to run this field, I'm going to run this action based off this hidden field here. So I'll just put like a little value in there, like current day, and then I'll put a condition on it. I'll say if current field is not empty, configure, and then run this Salesforce action, which is the get we just created. So if I click apply, apply again, apply, save, and I'll show you how this field is not empty by doing the show hidden fields preview. So look, this 29th, and then based off that, it's brought back the data. At this point, what I want to do is set up a button here, and what the button will do is I'll click on it, it'll open up a nice little modal. I will enter the data, click apply, it will close the modal, and then show you the new entry in here. Alright, so just to recap, what I've done here is I've created a Salesforce action where I've said, and when it becomes a Salesforce action is when you check this button here, okay? That's when it goes pink, which means it's custom action. And then I've put a condition. I said account ID equals this ID here. You can use whatever criteria you want. And then I said bring back all the contacts in this table. And then I've put a condition here saying if current field is not empty, then run this, and that's what it's doing. Now, the main part, which is how to add the modal. What you want to do is, and this is just one of the ways of doing it, but I'm just going to show you a simple way. Let's get a submit button, and we'll call this button redirect, and I'll explain why it's redirect in a second. And then in this button, I will say create new contact. That's it. All right. So let's leave this for a second, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to open a new form. All right. And then in this form, I'm just going to give it a label. I'm just going to call it contact modal create. And what we'll do is we'll move this down here, and we'll just get a couple of very minor details like full name, like this, and then we'll do email. Just 3 fields. I want to save as much time in, don't want to waste too much time. Like this, okay? And then what we'll do is we'll go and do a push. So set push, add object, we'll choose contact, action is going to be create, and then we'll map our fields. We'll say first name, whoops, that should be the last name. First name here, then email here, and then account ID, we'll give it another other account ID, which is again this one over here. Copy this one. So that's it, that's my push, and I'll use this as a custom action. and then we'll call this one create contact. Click finish, and then click save. And then the last thing I want to do is get a hidden field here, and I want to call this field a contact ID. Okay. Now notice when I click on this submit button, I want this to be a Salesforce action. And then what I wanted to do is put this by here and then say, once the contact is created, pass the value back to this hidden field here. And that's all I'm going to do for now. Now, I'll tell you why I've done that, because it's important to understand. When we create a contact, what this is going to do is pass the created ID in here, and then I'm going to put a condition here. I'm going to say if current field is not empty, then I want it to run a JavaScript, okay? And what that JavaScript is going to do, let's go ahead and get to our functions quickly. All right, so this is our JavaScript function index. Like you will find all sorts of stuff here, like get a value, close a modal window. This is the one that we want. And this one is like close a modal and refresh its opener. So what we want to do is this one here first. We want to say ft close modal. So let's go back here and paste this function. Ft close modal. And then also you have an option to send a certain value back to the parent as well. That's also possible. Okay. So for that, what you can do is, let's just get rid of this for a second. And then we will do this. So what I'm doing here is I'm setting from this parent here, set the value in the parent field, which is going to be whatever field I'll mention shortly. So let's not worry about this for a second. Let's leave this for now. Let's click apply, apply, apply. And I'll come back to that in a second. So notice this field. This one is FLD4. Okay. I'll put a little heading here just so everybody can see. This field is FLD4. In fact, I'll just put a little equal. Alright, so remember, this field is FLD4, and I'll put that in here. And what we're going to do is publish, just copy this, and then go back to our main form, the demo form. So let's close this one, let's open the other one. And we'll go back in here. Now in this one, what I wanted to do is when they click this, I wanted to redirect, okay? I wanted to redirect to the other form. So this is where you put the other form's URL in here. But then you want to say open it in modal and then give it a width. I'm going to give it, let's say 800 by 800. Now you can also pass certain parameters from one to another. So you can even pass, but I'm not going to pass anything there. I'm going to leave it as it is. That's another way you can do it. You can pass like value from one form to another. So you can say this one, you want to pass it to another FLD on the other form, and you want to mention that field here like that. All lowercase, for example, but I'm not going to pass anything. I'm just going to say redirect there. And that's it. Click save. And then if I go back to my child form, let's say I'll get a hidden field here. And this hidden field, we'll call it refresh. Okay? And this is FLD116, this field. So let's remember that, FLD116. So let's click open. Let's go to our untitled form, and what we're going to say, conditions, set conditions, modal, we go back to the JavaScript here and say set value by ID, and then this one is going to be FLD4 and this one is going to be 116. Okay, so what this is going to do is going to say set the parent field FLD116 by value of FLD4. And let me just make sure this is correct. And it is. And then after you've done that, close the modal. Alright. So if I click apply, apply, save. And then over here, let's just refresh this form and see what happens. So here it is, everything's good. I click create new contact, takes me to the other form. Okay, but let me actually enable hidden fields as well so you see what's going on here. So debug mode, show hidden fields, save. Okay, so let's do it again. Okay, so now you can see there's a hidden field. Okay, so I'm just going to do like test blogs test at blogsgmail.com. Now, if I click submit, you can see that it's going to pass value here. But you see, as soon as it's passed the value, it's also passed that value back here. All right, so this is really, really good because this is what it's done. From the parent, I have set the value to pass back to my parent form. From child to parent. Now, all I have to do is one final thing, which is go back to my original form over here and say, if current field is not empty, then go ahead and run my action, which is the same table refresh. So if I click apply and save, look what happens if I now refresh this. So look, you can see test blogs is there. Let's do a new contact. We'll call it Jane blogs. Call it jane@ft.com. Once I submit, it'll pass value back here, close this, pass the value back there, refresh, and boom. So easy to do. And that's how we would recommend. Again, look at the size of the modal. This, you can set whatever you want, really. It's up to you. But that's how you would do it. That's how you can also, rather than adding a standard add, you can just do this, add as much data as possible, even set up your dependent pick list in here. And then once they've done it, they'll submit it, and then the modal will close and it will refresh the parent, or the parent table in my case here. Yeah, so that's how you would do it.